I am Torrance Brannon Reese, and we're here today to talk about a project that occurs under my nonprofit, which I founded in 1992, called Fighters for African Mental Liberation International, spiritually, Foundation for Arts, Mentoring, Leadership, and Innovation, practically, Family, Inc., FAMLI. This project is called the Cultural Renaissance Classic Photo, and it started in 1996. The photo behind me is representative of that moment. And it was something that I was sort of asked to do, pulled into by my good friend and brother, the White Triple, who's been my brother for as long as I've been here in LA. And he always gets me into what I call good trouble. Jean Lewis would call it good trouble, community stuff. And I'm always honored when he calls on me because I know that he believes in me and he trusts me to do the work. And that stated, we, on the eve of Billy Higgins, who is the co-founder of the World Stage, and who is purported to be the most recorded drummer in jazz history. He recorded for Blue Note Records. And he worked, in that post-bebop era in the 50s and 60s, 70s, and so on. And he had gotten ill, and he didn't make this photo here, but he was in a couple others that we did later. However, there were people that you see here that you may or may not recognize. Horace Tapscott, great pianist and a mentor, revolutionary figure in Los Angeles. Gerald Wilson, the great band leader, who's just as every bit as great as Duke Ellington and Count Basie. Buddy Collette, Dr. Art Davis, who played with Coltrane and many others, great bass player. Thurman Green, Cecil Ferguson, the great art curator. The White Triple's in there. Kamal Daoud, who's the co-founder of the World Stage, along with Billy. Horace was there also. Kamal is one of the greatest poets on the planet. And so many others. I can't name all of them, but I just want to say that it was an honor for me to be the one that had been chosen to bring everybody together. And I felt an obligation to continue doing this kind of community gathering project. So this year marks the 30th year that we'll do the classic photo, Cultural Renaissance Classic Photo. All right, brothers and sisters, I know some people got to go and they're tired and all that kind of thing, but dig this. This is once in a lifetime. 30 years ago we did this, and 80% of those people are no longer here.
Now point yourself out.
I'm like over here on the
Yeah, there you are.
That's me, young, baby-faced activist with Kamal Daoud. That's Juno Lewis. He did some special stuff with John Coltrane. He used to make drums and stuff. You have Cecil Ferguson in here somewhere along here.
I see Horace in the middle.
You see Horace Tapscott there, right? You see Buddy Collette here. Al Hines, the great bass player. Carmen Bradford, Vi Red. Roberto Miranda is in here.
I used to work with Roberto.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Michael Session is in here somewhere. JMD. James Janice, he's going to be there tomorrow. Bobby Zeno.
I know Bobby.
Bobby Zeno, yeah. Nafis, the poet Nafis, I think was over here somewhere in here. Yeah, and a lot of them have gone on, man. Okay. I think most of them have gone on in this photo. So it's significant what we're doing tomorrow to commemorate these great spirits here.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I'm very proud.
And I want everybody to repeat from here. Everybody say Cora Bryant. Cora Bryant.
Oh man, it's a pleasure to be here today. My mom's birthday and be a part of this picture. I was here a few years ago before, we did it like 2 years before she passed. So,
Who's your mom?
Cora Bryant. Cora Bryant.
Is she in the original photo?
I haven't seen the original yet, but she's in a few of them. I wouldn't be surprised if she's not right in front of Billy Higgins' place, but it's really an honor to be here today and see some of her old friends and hear her name still resonate here in Leimert Park. So I'm carrying on the tradition for them. Be out there doing some performances myself, as a drummer and entertainer. Keep an eye out for myself and the Five Fingers of Funk. Thank you.
Give it up for her. Give her a round of applause.
How much patience does it take to pull one of these off? A lot.
All right, so here's what's happening, y'all. After this photo is taken, for those who have the energy, we're gonna take a symbolic walk around this corner into the park. That walk is for the brothers and sisters who were on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. It's gonna be on film. So either you make the march or you say, I'm too tired and I can't do it. Or you get somebody to put you on their back, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna do a symbolic march around here, all right? We call it the March for Peace, Love, and Liberation.
Yes, Baba. Amen.
The White Prophet, Father Ambi.
Father Amdi of the Watts Prophets. This is such a great privilege for me. I'm so thankful to all the people I've known for years to come out and be with me today. I just want to thank Tory and his organization for all he's done for me. We are also working on a statue for Flojo in the coming Olympics. We want to get a statue of her done by Charles Dixon on the blue line.
Yeah, let's make this work, yo.
Okay, let's make it work.
Connie Williams.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Michelle Black? This is in honor of Malcolm X. That's why we're doing this. And Malcolm X was the avatar. He was the avatar of the New Age because it was because of Malcolm wanting to start the Organization of Afro-American Unity that he wrote a letter inviting people to come to New York City June 24th to the 28th for the formation of the OAAU, the Organization of Afro-American Unity. And when Arthur Graham got that letter, it inspired him to write the 7 principles. And he had Josh Van Woolfolk present the 7 principles. June 24th to the 28th of 1964 in Audubon Ballroom. That was the first time the 7 principles was presented.
I'm one of the artists, Kanke, and I'm honored to be here and to share my gift. And I will be singing and honoring our ancestors, and especially Baba Omowole El Haj Malik El Shiraz.
Man, you know, yeah, man, it's just it's a good thing to be standing. You know, so many of my brothers and sisters that have worked hard to keep this community together and build, you know, our ancestors now, you know, and so this is a new chapter, you know, and it's good to see all these young folks out here, you know, supporting what the work and keeping it going on, you know. So much love, you know, that's where it's at.
Peace. My name is Selah Black Soul, all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, representing United X. We are here at the 34th annual Malcolm X Festival, making history. This is a historical moment. We just took the 30th anniversary photo here in front of the Vision Theater. This event is magnanimous. You know, if you don't know what that means, look it up. It means huge, you know what I'm saying? We are honored and proud to carry the life and legacy and teachings of Malcolm X. You know what I mean? We stand united and empowered.
Back in the early 90s, Leimert Park was just ecstatic with the arts. So much was going on. In fact, I was at the World Stage first poetry workshop with Nafis, Billy Higgins, Akila Nayo Oliver, rest in peace. She was a great playwright. I mean, the arts was going on. I mean, the World Stage was a beacon. You know, I was here standing with Juno Lewis from Kulu Say Mama, John Coltrane on one side, Roy Porter from Charlie Parker, Nights in Tunisia on the other side. Billy Higgins walking through, Horace Tapscott walking through. We had to throw down. The poetry was killing it. Ben Caldwell was doing plays. We did something called African Queens. You guys should see it. It should have been on Broadway. Maybe one day it will. But this place was lit up. And Tori brought the cultural renaissance of New York back to Leimert Park. And it's just been incredible. I'm glad that I'm a bluesologist. I've been doing this before I went to university. And now we're bringing the blues up, Baby Ricky's Club, Barbara Morrison and what she did. We're bringing it all in. I'm glad to be here. I'm Mellow Blues.
Tell the people who you are.
I am Mellow Blues Houston. My uncle B. Houston was Big Mama Thorne's guitar player on Ball and Chain, the main R. Hooley recording, and blues in my family. On my mom's side, her stepbrother has a child with Etta James. There's blues in the family, so I'm a bluesologist. Mellow Blues in the house, also known as Houston.
I'm Efua Mahati Abadwa, also known as Efua Mahati, Efua Abadwa, the ancestral poetess. I represent Blackology, our ancestry. I've been into arts all my life. I come from an artistic family on both sides. We're mostly jazz and gospel, and then some blues, and of course R&B. So I guess you could call me a blackologist, jazzologist. I've been here in the LA area for 18 years, back and forth between New York, DC, Philly, Boston, Chicago, and here, and the Bay Area. And I've been knowing Tori. We're both Temple members with Caras African Unity Center of African Spiritual Sciences. That's where I met Tori, as well as Lorenzo Frank. And I've been part of family, on and off, kind of like part of family, for a few years. And I want to say this is one beautiful event and give thanks. Oh, I am a spoken word artist and a craftologist as well. Give thanks.
Can you get that picture of Malcolm and that mask over there? On that corner. See the picture of Malcolm and that mask? If you can get that. Thank you.
He's throwing up his gang signs. His gang sign starts with a P for poetry. Right?
No, this was Watts.
Is that was Watts?
That was originally that.
No, was that actually Watts?
Back in the day, that's when it was three fingers.
Give me a year. Give me a year. Come on. I can't believe that. Give me a year. What year were y'all doing this? Okay.
The gang, yeah, Sloss.
So this is not a gang. Is
Three fingers was West, so it was Watts.
That's West Side.
So this is a gang.
But that before West Side, this was Watts. Three fingers was Watts.
Yeah, 3 fingers was
and
Watts.
then 2 fingers was Sloss.
Okay, so you're going back before this iteration of what we call gangs. You heard what he said, right?
Yeah. No, there was gangs back then.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
We wasn't killing each other.
That's what. See, you heard what he said.
Defending the block.
Yeah.
All right.
Defending the neighborhood.
That's what we're talking about. So it wasn't the same thing. So don't y'all think we're throwing up gang signs for the sake of throwing up gang signs. Plus, we too old to be gang banging. We're done with all that. You know. I was ganging in the Magnolia Project in Uptown New Orleans in the 3rd Ward.
But just tell me this, man. You borrowed some money from me. You said you're going to pay me back.
Man,
on
I
the
forgot.
32nd of the month. And I still ain't got my
Forgive me.
We're here, man. We're here representing the funk. You already know.
One nation under a groove, baby.
That part. We got Sir Nose in the place. We got Funkanine right here. And you know how we do it, man. We represent bass guitar designer, funk, recliner. Liner 49er. We're loving everybody here. The energy's right. Oh man,
it's recorded.
hey,
That's
see,
a
and you
video?
know your history too.
Oh,
This
it's
man-
recorded. Let me
yeah, he's
talk some
good.
shit
Talk some
man.
knowledge.
You got Funk and Knob and Sir Nose about to land the mothership tonight.
Yeah,
Now,
5 o'clock.
we gonna have to grab your dashikis tight and get your djembe and make sure that it's string tight because we about to take off.
And get ready for the funk.
We about
It's
to
all
take
good.
off.
And you know the history of the funk. We always want to talk about that history. And
Yes,
Rod
sir.
knows that history.
Absolutely.
Talk to him a little bit about the history of Sir Nose.
Well, it's one nation under a groove, as we are displaying now. All these people to come and get some of this funk, because the word funk is all of that. Funk is black as you can get, actually. Funk is really black
Straight
as
up.
you can get. So it's all encompassed. It all works together.
That part.
Yes, sir.
And of course, we always want to maintain creativity, always inventing things, making sure that we're caught up with technology, music, and the dookie. The doo-doo is where it comes. You know, the doo-doo's what a wise black wears. The boo-boo is the wise black. Well, we know what it is in the EFI sense.
Stinks so good.
As we stand on all of these, what used to be a lot of Adinkra symbols, this is Funkanot. This is Sir Nose in the building. We're gonna rock tonight with Tory Brandon Reese, a man who always makes sure that we keep the history intact. He brought all these people together for a wonderful photo, and I'm just glad to be here personally, right? Absolutely.
These are two of the greatest human beings who ever touched the percussion. Period. They're not old yet. They're still young. Look how handsome they are. They're still pretty.
I know he didn't pinch my cheek.
I know. I just pinched his cheek.
Society.
I pinched his cheek because he's cute. He's handsome.
It's time to go. Hey, brother in the paint.
Yeah, hi, I'm Gina Fields, and it's a great honor to be a part of the Leimert Park history. I mean, they've been doing this photo for 30 years, collecting our history, collecting our music, collecting our culture, and Leimert Park is the center of culture, not only in Los Angeles and in California, but in all of the United States, and I'm just so honored to be a very, very small part of that collection as commissioner for the Board of Neighborhood Commissioners. So much love, power to the people. Leimert Park is in our hearts.
This is going to be, if not the best, one of the best occasions at our 34th Malcolm X Festival. I'm so grateful to be a part of this for over 30-some years, and we have people from Las Vegas modeling. I am the fashion showcase coordinator, and I welcome everybody to come and experience this extraordinary array of beautiful fashions, and the whole event is just going to be so beautiful. We got music, we got a talent showcase, we got so many beautiful things happening here. So come on out and join us. I'm Queen Nzinga, 30 years of Malcolm X Festival and 30 years of family I've been a part of. Thank you.
My name's Tuesday. My show is Gil Scott Heron Bluesology. This one-night tribute has in its third year, and we just won 8 nominations from the NAACP Theater Awards. We opened Juneteenth in Hollywood, and Leimert Park is my home. I remember as a kid, I used to come to the Vision Theater with my mom as a Jehovah's Witness. When Marla Gibbs had the Vision Theater, I was there for her plays. And during the renovation, James Burks let us utilize the lobby. So my group that was actually formed because of the Vision Theater and the arts that we brought there. And I'm grateful to be a Leimert Park native.
My name is James Janice, formerly of KJazz, formerly of KBCA, formerly of KCRW. I now have my own station, KJMJRadio.com. Much of that was spurred on by the events that took place here 30 years ago. When we did that photo, it was a moment to remember. Everybody that was everybody in this particular part of town that had something to do with the music scene here and the community itself was there. And I was fortunate enough to be invited to be a part of it. Believe it or not, I was just walking down the street when they grabbed me and said, "You need to be in this picture." Dwight Tribble grabbed me by the arm and said, "You need to be in this picture." I was then brand new at KLON 88.1, and they said, "You need to be here. You're the only radio guy. Come on, you need to be here. You play all our music." And so I was inducted into this picture, as it were, and I've been very proud of that. To the degree that when I was looking for something to wear to it today, being invited back by Tori, I found the same outfit that I wore that day. I decided it was fitting that I wear this. My wife even said, you should be wearing the same thing that you wore then. You know, the same hat, same buba, and same attitude. I am for this community. I continue to support this community, and there are a number of spots that I do on my station that I don't charge anybody for, and they're for the world stage. They're for the Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center. They will be, including the Vision Theater, when they begin to do work here as well, because I'll support this community because it's where my career began in music and music radio.
Now that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Isn't that the music we talking about? 1971 was the year Marvin Pence gave out of Detroit, Michigan. Ah, da 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 da
Yeah, 30 years ago, I was the young boy in the photograph. Now I'm the elder, so it's beautiful that Tori has the presence of mind to actually make these photographs, because at the time that we took it, we didn't think nothing of it, and we didn't think that it was going to mean anything at all. We didn't think about the future, but now it's probably one of the most precious documents that we have of Leimert Park right now. And I think that 20 years from now, this will also be the same thing, because I would say that at least 3/4 of the people that took the picture before are no longer on the planet. So, so it makes it even more and more valuable. And even we were here today to do this, and I believe that this one will be just as valuable 20 years from now. So thank God for Tori for having the presence of mind to do something like this. Beautiful people, happy Malcolm X Day here in Leimert Park. What a wonderful thing. You know what? We have Martin Luther King Boulevard right down the street. We got Obama Boulevard down the street beyond that. What's missing? Somebody please tell me what's missing. What's missing?
Malcolm X.
I'm gonna tell you, Malcolm X. And we've been working for this for at least 25 years to see if we can change Crenshaw Boulevard to Malcolm X. So, I know that everybody feels the same way. I have no idea who Mr. Crenshaw ever was or was. Y'all know who Mr. Crenshaw is? Never heard of nobody named Crenshaw. But we do know who Malcolm X is, and I think that there's a gaping hole right now that needs to be filled. Crenshaw Boulevard needs to be called Malcolm X Boulevard. One of our other main streets we need to name James. We'll get to James Baldwin next, but right now Malcolm X Boulevard.
Legacy of Malcolm X is one of unique value to black people in this country because Malcolm, of all the characteristics that he had, he was unafraid to speak out against anything that was against black people. And he was a true soldier for the freedom and liberation of black people, mentally and physically. His legacy will live forever. There'll be centuries later that people will still be talking about Malcolm X. And it's very important for black people to be more conscious, not only of him in our history, but the history of black people in this country, from the time that we were sold and brought over here in the mid-1600s up to today, through the Civil War, through the Depression, through all of that. up to today, through the riots that we had in the 60s, to the 90s, up to today. And one of the things, the challenges that we have in our communities across the country is that our young people are not conscious enough to know where they came from, because the FBI, the federal government, did a real big job on us back in the 80s when they flooded the community with drugs. So many people got hooked on drugs that had children that they lost to the system because they couldn't take care of them. And those children grew up to have their own children today. They were not taught about who they were because their parents were out of place mentally. And there's still some people my age, you go down on Skid Row or look around the world, you see people homeless that are my age that at one point was soldiers in the liberation of black people back in the 60s. Okay, who have children and grandchildren. So that's a big challenge that we have right now, to raise the consciousness, the level of consciousness to our young people so they can know how to fight, how to speak up, when to do it, and how to raise their own children. And Leimert Park, when we talk about Leimert, black people at one time in the city were segregated to the east side. In the 40s and the 50s, black people were living only everything south of the 10 freeway, everything east of the 110 over to Alameda, all the way to Imperial. Black people were segregated in that part of town. We start migrating from the east side on this side of town in the late 60s, early 70s, 80s, and 90s. And here we are today. So, and Leimert Park, Walter Leimert, he was a developer. He built all this. There was a time when this was all flatland. Walter Leimert was in real estate. He bought property and built houses and apartments and structures, during the time that black people weren't allowed to be on this side of town. See what I'm saying? So now it's become a mecca for black people to be on this side of town because, we didn't migrate from the east side to this side. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So here we are today.
Leimert Park feels like ground zero for the culture.
Yeah, right now it is. So, with that said, we just got to keep moving forward.